What's happening, good people? I've got a build here that you are definitely going to want to check out if you want an all-around god-slaying, Valkyrie-killing machine during your end game of God of War Ragnarok. All the equipment I am using is considering you haven't beaten Gna yet, so if you are having particular trouble with her and want a good build to set you up for success, stick around. Or if you just want an insane, kick-ass, well-rounded build in every way possible, this is the one for you. And with that, let's get into it. Alright, my people, here is the setup. This build is all about dealing out high amounts of damage and stun, with a focus on maintaining a good stream of health and rage. I'm topped off at level 9, so I've gotten all of my weapons up to level 9, which is something you are definitely going to want to do. Now, as far as equipment is concerned, I am rocking mostly one armor set, and that is the Berserker set for both the wrist and waist armor. You get these armor pieces when defeating the various Berserkers around the game from their Berserker gravestones identified on your map. The Berserker gauntlets can be found in Niflheim at the mist fields here on screen, and the Berserker waist guard is just north of Tyr's Temple on the frozen Lake of Nine in Midgard. With these, level them up to level 9. And what's so great about these pieces is that, when combined, they have a chance of creating a soul explosion from blocking, hitting enemies, taking damage, and the like, and restores some cooldown for the Relic. Super important, as we'll get into the Relic shortly. Also, I transmogrified my gear to take the appearance of other pieces, just in case you were wondering. That option becomes available once you achieve level 9 for any gear piece. As for the chest armor, I went with Surtur's Scorched Cuirass for its impressive strength, defense, and vitality stats. This armor set can be obtained from the trials in Muspelheim, more specifically upon completing the Endurance Challenge. To unlock the Endurance Challenge, do one of the challenges on the leftmost sword, then complete a challenge with the middle sword to initiate the Endurance Challenge at the main arena of Muspelheim. This task requires the player to kill 99 enemies in succession. Definitely make sure to equip Valor for your Spartan Rage ability to get back some health if you need it. Remember to level up your Rage too, as some often forget about this. Once you get the armor all set, go ahead and level it up to level 9. You get a lot of resources here in Muspelheim, and if you did a lot of side content, you'll have more than enough resources to level up all your gear. As for your weapons, I went with a fully leveled Stonecutter's Knob for the Leviathan Axe, as it has great boost to strength and a good amount of defense. Plus, it essentially extends your R1 combos with the axe, as it adds a concussive wave at the end of that combo. I went with Hell's Touch for the light runic attack and Ivaldi's Anvil for the heavy. I especially love Hell's Touch for the light runic because it is a stun machine, and the cooldown is only 45 seconds. Fully leveled up, these are amazing must-haves and complement the stun-heavy build we're going for here. Now, for the Blades of Chaos, I went with the Hardened War Handles. Again, these have great stats for strength and a decent amount of defense and vitality, but the main thing I love about this is the Banishing Blade perk that strengthens your grapple damage with the L2 plus R1, doing extra damage and stun. This, combined with a damage modifier from the Hyperion Pull in the skill tree, deals absolutely insane damage. Regarding these skills for a moment, just customize what you want with the skill tokens, although I mostly favor stun and damage above everything else. For the Blade's light runic attack, I went with the Cyclone of Chaos for the awesome stun damage, and have the heavy for the Meteoric Slam for all the good damage with a large area of effect. For the spear, I got the Lion's Roar for its awesome defense and stun damage buff from the L2 plus R2 Gale Force skill. You can find this attachment here just west of Tyr's Temple at the Lake of Nine in Midgard. I am rocking the Mountain Splitter for the light runic and the Finger of Ruin for the heavy runic for their AoEs. As for the shield, I am using a level 9 Dauntless Shield and the Rond of Purification attachment, which I especially love because you can essentially transfer your status ailments to your enemies with a shield strike by double tapping L1. You can find the Rond of Purification during the World of Fate main quest in Midgard. Now, for the Relic, I am using the Hilt of Skofnung. This insane relic is absolutely ridiculous, and it is very much lethal. This devastating offensive relic can only be obtained upon felling the Berserker King in Midgard. This berserker will only become available after killing all other berserkers across the 9 realms. Once done, travel to King's Grave in Midgard and defeat the Berserker King for this epic relic. Trust me, this thing is well worth getting and does significant damage to both enemies and bosses alike, so yeah, definitely pick it up. Now for your enchantments, make sure you unlock all 9 slots of the Amulet of Yggdrasil, as these things are really important and can add that additional layer of perks and qualities that make your build even stronger. I went with Muspelheim's Force, Endurance, and Protection for my first 3 enchantments, namely for their enhancements to my runic stat along with gains to both strength and defense. Because I found myself sustaining my Permafrost, Immolation, and Maelstrom skills in combat, this set of enchantments increases Kratos' melee damage with these skills when fully charged. For my next set, I opted for Niflheim's Virtue, Fortune, and Security enchantments, as we get even more melee damage buffs when Kratos is above 75% health and scales off of defense, which is the highest stat in this build. If you feel like you are constantly fighting at below 50% health, then a set of the Helheim enchantments work well here as well, as they scale off the vitality stat. For my final enchantments, I have the Crest of Desperate Heroics, Token of Elemental Evasion, and Stone Idol of Souls. Crest of Desperate Heroics is awesome for that last resort perk when Kratos' health is at critical, as it gives the player a barrier to resist an additional attack, plus buffs your strength and gives you a health burst once complete. This can be obtained upon completing the favor Casualty of War, the Brooch, in the Plains area of Vanaheim. Token of Elemental Invasion is excellent due to the quick remedy of any status ailment you happen to be inflicted of by just dodge rolling. I found this especially useful when inflicted with Frost, as this ailment greatly slows you down and can be a huge pain. This, coupled with your shield component, is a recipe for success, as you can either quickly get rid of any status ailment by rolling, or by transferring it to another enemy with your shield bash if you find yourself close to enemies in battle. You can obtain this enchantment by clearing out the raider camps during that favor at the Lake of Nine in Midgard. And finally, my favorite enchantment. The Stone Idol of Souls can be obtained upon defeating the troll after awakening it in the Forbidden Sands in Alfheim, as seen here on screen. Make sure you have your Mystical Heirloom Relic equipped and use it to awaken the troll. The Mystical Heirloom Relic can be found just south of Tyr's Temple in Midgard, blocked by an iced-over vent for you to use your spear on. Upon defeating the troll in Alfheim, you get the Stone Idol of Souls. This incredible enchantment makes it so that whenever you pick up a health stone or rage stone, you get a brief moment of soul steal, where small amounts of health and rage are restored when attacking enemies. Because health stones and rage stones are commonplace throughout the game's fights, you will essentially be replenishing health and rage throughout the fight. Pop one of these stones in battle and use a large AoE attack and see all the health and rage gains come rushing your way. Now before we end this video, let's go over Freya real quick. For her sword, I am using the Weighted Blade for its stun gains. For her runic summon, I like Steel Harmony for its great stun stat. As for her accessories, I like to prioritize stun, so I used Sonic Aftershock, Sonic Attunement, and Runestone Refinement. With all these equipped, you will literally be an unstoppable death machine that dishes out incredible amounts of damage and stun, along with sustaining a lot of damage with your high defense stat. This configuration is set so that you will reap the rewards of having greatly reduced relic cooldowns and a near constant supply of health and rage to make sure you are topped off in all prospects of battle. And with that, go crazy on Na and make sure to use that relic, as you will deal insane amounts of damage with that thing. Enjoy, good people! If you've made it this far into the video, throw yourself a rager, because you deserve it. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, and rage on over to the subscribe button if you loved the content. I'll be back with even more God of War Ragnarok content real soon, so stay here for that. For Wednesday's video, I felt like changing it up a little bit. We will be taking a good look at the Callisto Protocol, a game destined to be one of this year's great games, and we'll be doing a giveaway of that game. So if you want a free game, I'd love to have you participate. Check this video out here if you want to hear my thoughts about the video game awards this year and which game I believe will take home the award. Thanks again for all the support, good people, and I look forward to seeing you real soon. Peace.